Mr. Punk is sleeping, so let's wake him up. Mr. Punk, Mr. Punk, wake up. It's time for the show. Wake up, wake up. Wake up. Wake up, the postman is at the door.
What's going on? Oh, it's you, AI. Oh, AI, not the drum kit in my bedroom. That's too much first thing in the morning, AI. And you promised, AI, when I bought you that drum kit for your birthday, you promised me you would not set out my bedroom and you would not use it to wake me up in the morning. And 1 week you've had that drum kit, AI, and already you have broken your promise. Do that again, AI. I will take the drums back to the shop. Got that, AI? Ow, AI. Don't throw your drumsticks at me, AI. Don't laugh, AI. That hurt. It hit me right in the back of the head. Alright, AI, I won't take the drums back, but don't throw your sticks at me anymore. That really hurt. And I did like the funky beat, AI, considering you've only had them a week, you're not getting the hang of them. I really like that beat. We'll do a little jam session with that later, AI. But not in my bedroom, AI, not first thing in the morning, AI. So sort it out. Oh, is that the postman? Oh, thanks for waking me up, AI. And I like the beat, AI, but not in my bedroom, AI. Postman. Postman, delivery. Alright, Mr. Postman, I'm coming, but I've just been woken up by the funky drummer in my room. Alright, Mr. Postman, I am coming, but I've just been hit in the back of the head by Moody AI's drumsticks, because I said I'd take her kit back. Alright, Mr. Postman, I'm coming, but I can feel a big lump coming up on the back of my head.
Wake up.
Sort it out, AI, not now. I'm trying to talk to the post.
Wake up.
AI, sort it out, AI.
Wake up.
Enough, AI. Sorry about her, Mr. Postman. She's gone mental, AI has. Ah, Mr. Punk, who was that doing the funky drummer? It was AI, Mr. Postman. She woke me up with that in my bedroom. She has got a very funky beat, Mr. Punk. I liked it. Yeah, she's really good, Mr. Postman. She's only had them drums a week. 1 week, Mr. Punk? Oh, she must be a natural. Yeah, might put her in the band. Long as she stops throwing her sticks at me, 'cause they really hurt. So anyway, Mr. Postman, what you got for me today? Well, Mr. Punk, I have for you the amplifier. And I have sniffed the packaging, and it is a vintage Sony amplifier, a tatty old worn out Sony from donkey's years ago. Oh no, it's not, Mr. Postman, it's a nice Sony. Got it on the eBay, should be a good one this, from 1977. Oh, can I have it then, Mr. Postman? Yes, take it, Mr. Punk, and goodbye, Mr. Punk. And goodbye, little Miss Funky Drummer AI.
Wake up.
Oh no, don't start her off. Sorry, AI.
Wake up.
Bye, Mr. Postman. It's here, you two. The postman said it's a vintage Sony, and he's never wrong, the postman. So inside this box should be a Sony STR11L from 1977. It's 25 watts per channel, real nice silver face, real nice looking thing. Now I've got this off of the eBay, it's another one, it is untested, but it did look really nice condition and I haven't paid a lot of money for it, that is why it is here. It did look really nice condition, just looked a bit dirty, but nothing looked damaged, everything looked nice and it had a real nice look to it. So it's only 25 watts per channel, little low powered Sony. But I have been reading reviews up on this one and people say that this one is a really good little amplifier from Sony. So it didn't cost a lot of money, it's not a high valuable amplifier, so if you wanted one of these, you would quite easily get your hands on one because there is a lot of them out there and they do not make a lot of money. There was still some on eBay in the dreaded buy it now, where people are asking a ton of money for them. don't pay a ton of money for one of these. I had a few really low bids on a few of them, and yeah, I did get outbid a few times, but then I have got this one for very little money. So if you're not in a rush and you after one of these, just keep going on eBay, having a cheeky little bid, and eventually you will get one at a bargain price. And it is meant to be a very good little amplifier from Sony. Meant to have a lot of detail and a really nice sound, but I will give it a service. I'll bring that video to the channel, I will service it, I will put it through its paces, and then we shall do the review on it and find out whether this Sony is any good or not. But from what I've read, it is supposed to be a good one, this, so for not a lot of money I might have got my hands on a really good amplifier. Now this one is untested. It was listed as powers up, but no further testing done. So it might not work, this one. But even the ones that was all working and people saying was fully working, they wasn't making a lot of money. They was in the dreaded buy it now. They was up for a lot of money. But in the actual auction, I watched quite a few of these go, and they didn't make a lot of money. So as long as they are a good amplifier, one of these could be a good bargain. And it does look really nice. I like the look of these old Sonys. I've had a couple of these Sonys. I haven't had this model before. I've had some bigger ones to this, and they was really nice amplifiers. For what they was worth, they was really good and had a really nice look and was really nice to use. And come on, it's a Sony. At the end of the day, I've had lots of these old vintage Sony amplifiers, tape decks, receivers, turntables, power amps, graphics. I've had tons of this old Sony stuff and some CD players. And the one company that I would say is pretty much guaranteed not to go wrong very often is Sony. I have never had no trouble with none of the old Sony stuff. Out of all the amplifiers out there, I think this old Sony stuff is built the best out of all of it. This stuff just keeps going and going and going. Alright, you might get the odd little problem with them, but not like other manufacturers. These Sonys just keep going and going and going. So for the reliability, I will put Sony at the top of the pile. Whereas a lot of other manufacturers, alright, they might have a very tiny little bit better sound, but they are very temperamental and always going wrong. But in my experience with Sony, all their stuff has just kept going and going. So I do love the old Sony stuff for that. It just seems to be reliable. I've said all that now, and I've probably jinxed this one, ain't I? By saying that, this one would probably be the most unreliable, terrible amp I've ever had my hands on. So yeah, I have probably jinxed it, and this one will be a right old pig. But I do hope not. And I don't reckon it will, because it's from the lovely Sony. So let's have a bit of a better look at the front. It is nice, the front of these old Sonys. They have got a good look to them. Whatever you want to say about these old Sonys, you can't say they look bad, because they don't. They look good, these Sonys, with all the nice silver buttons and switches. And this one is no exception. Look at the front of it. She looks really nice, my new Sony. It's a little bit dirty, but look at it. There's no damage on that. That's going to clean up really nice when I get round to doing it. And like I've said in the other videos, I don't mind sorting out the inside service and all that. I like all that. But when they've got damage outside, it really is hard to fix. I tend not to bother with ones with that look bad with all the damage. Unless they're really cheap, then I think, why not? Let's have a little play with it. But yeah, everything feels nice on this Sony. That's one thing, they all feel good, these Sonys. They're built to last. You know there's no grinding pots. You know all the switches are going to work. It's a Sony. Of course it's going to work. Everything, it's just going to work, this Sony. Might need a bit of a clean and might need a few little bits inside. But you know all the pots and all the bits, they're still going to be working on it. Because it's a vintage Sony. So what do you two think of it sitting up there? Do you like it? Oh, Mr. Punk, tell you the truth, I've been taking a lot of notice, mate. We've been talking about AI's funky drumming and how good it was, haven't we, Ike? Yeah, she's a really good drummer. Can we have her in the band? Yeah, we'll talk to her about the band, as long as she don't throw them sticks at me, 'cause they hurt. And she is a really, really good shot. She can hit me right in the face when she's in the other room. She never misses. It is absolutely amazing how accurate she is with them sticks when she's chucking them at my head. So let's turn it round and have a little look at the back. Not got tons of connections on the back of this, but it's got all what you want. It's got the phono, bits for your aerials. Got it all. It will only take one set of speakers, this, but that's all you need, really. It's only 25 watts per channel, so it ain't going to run 4 big floor standers anyway. So one nice set of speakers on this will be plenty. Should have a nice sound at normal listening volumes. If you want to run the 4 big floor standers and rattle the windows in your house, maybe this little Sony is not the amplifier for you. There is better amplifiers out there for the purpose of rocking down the house. And it's got a nice connection for the power. I like that connection because you can put a good power lead into it, which does help to get the best out of these old amplifiers. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, it's snake oil, oh, it's a myth, power leads don't make no difference. And you're right, they might not. If you're just plugging them in your normal wall socket in your normal house and your wiring ain't up to a lot, then yeah, they don't make no difference. But if you're like me, where I listen to these amplifiers in the room I listen to them, I have a screened cable all the way to the fuse board on its own separate spur in the fuse board. It comes up to a set of plugs in my listening room, and that cable is kept away from every other cable on its way to the fuse board. It is not touching anything. It is kept on its own, so it's straight in the fuse board, straight into the plug in my listening room. And when I plug into that with a good power lead, you can tell the difference, especially on a big high-powered power amp or the big monster receiver. When you are cranking it up loud, let me tell you, you can hear the difference. And I know a lot of you are going to go, oh, he's chatting a load of old rubbish. There ain't no difference. That's up to you. But I know from personal experience, my big amplifiers sound better in that room with that plug than they do if I use them on the normal plug in my house that has got everything connected to the old ring main. Just sounds better. And you notice it when you turn the volume up with no music playing through them. If I'm connected to that ring main, you hear noise through your speakers. If I am connected into my listening room plug with that isolated cable, there is no noise. It is all taken away. I know that's a bit extreme, but that's how I am. And a friend of mine is an electrician, so he done it for me on the cheap. With a bit of cable that he had left over from a job he had been doing, and he even got me some really nice quality plug sockets that are leagues above them old budget ones you'd buy in the local DIY centre. These are proper heavy, expensive, very well made plug sockets that without him getting cheap I don't think I would have purchased, because when I looked at how much they cost I thought, really? That is ridiculous amount of money for a plug socket. But I got them for nothing off of my friends, so I am very, very happy with them. So thank you very much, Peter. I love my plug in the listening room, and it is working well, so you've done an absolutely fantastic job. Thanks, mate. So that was the Sony STR11L, 25 watts per channel from 1977. Now, I hope you've looked at it and you like it as much as I do, because she looks absolutely fantastic. And remember, if you want to get your hands on one of these, they are out there for very little money. So these old Sonys are a bit of a bargain. Now, AI, go on, here's your chance. AI, hit it.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Thanks for watching, and please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Wake up, it's time for the show.